Hello, this is Aaron's house. So, been thinking about Mortal Kombat, thinking about the new game. Stupid name. Mortal Kombat 1, everyone. Already had that. Just call it Mortal Kombat Rebirth. Or Mortal Kombat Reborn. Or Mortal Kombat Genesis. I don't care, man. Or Mortal Kombat Forever. Infinite Mortal Kombat. So it's about timelines. Anyway, so I started thinking about, characters that still have yet to be adapted. Basically, most special forces, most Earthrealm people still not adapted. Besides the monkey, the monks, and, the ninjas. But, yeah, and I realized, Stryker hasn't been in there. And a lot of the times when I look at, how can we redesign Stryker? A lot of the options are make him a vigilante, make him like a Punisher vigilante. And I hate this. I hate this a lot. Because I feel like if you made him a vigilante, that kind of takes away from his specialness. Now, there's not a lot of vigilantes in Mortal Kombat. They're not really superheroes. But a lot of characters kind of take that role, and there's been a lot of times they toyed with that idea. For example, in MK9, Stryker's partner is Cabal. Cabal, Mortal Kombat 3 was vigilante. That was one thing they toyed with, and that was his original thing, Similarly, Sub-Zero's kind of a vigilante. Kung Lao and his MKX ending. Hell, Scorpion Sub-Zero. And their MK9 ending. I'm sure some others have this, and a lot of others could go this path. And Stryker could. But I feel like it would take away from his uniqueness. He really is the most normie person in there. And I like that. Again, this is the normalest person ever. He's not even he's the most basic, Batman ever when you think about it. In terms of, superheroes and superpowers. Because you really look at this. Other normal people have high tech, Jack, Sonya, special little powers like Johnny Cage, Liu Kang before he became God, Mocap, Cabal, even Aaron Black, fellow gunslinger, has more flashy guns, and he's an outworlder, so he uses outworld stuff like Zaterran Spin, a Tarkan arm blade. There we go. So I feel like changing the backstory would be weird. Now, and honestly, a lot of people I think just having him be a normal cop would be good. And I think there's still a lot you can do with that, and it's not all. I don't want to say all cops are bad. I mean, the only real thing I feel like you would need to change is stop him saying, "There's brutality coming up." You know what I'm saying? Just remove that. And he's fine, and I like Stryker. He's probably one of my favorite characters, because it's just got with gun go. It's really how you can tell, a fighting game was made by, Americans, because even in because a lot of fighting games are Japanese, and they're American. Even their American characters aren't too crazy. I mean, Guile from Street Fighter, he has sonic booms, and he's an Air Force pilot. That's it, But WB, they're just all right, we got Asian monk with fire powers. We got these Chinese, Japanese assassins, Thunder God. Here's an American guy with a gun. Guy with gun, go. So yeah. I think the biggest problem with adapting Stryker, besides just, oh, he's a cup, he's so boring, is, no, he's not a cup, he's boring. You just haven't given him a good storyline. Basically saying he's just in the MK3 invasion part, and it's kind of hard to justify that Elseworld. But I feel like you can tie a lot of connections with him. MK9 already tied him to Cabal, and it helps boost both because it gives Cabal another cool layer to him. Cool layer to his, like, hero side. And ties him to the Force Good by Stryker. It allows Stryker to, be connected to this just cooler character. I mean, he kind of looks goofy sometimes. But yeah. But I mean, you could easily tie him to the Black Dragon via this, like have him just freaking piss on him, like a real simple idea I had was Cobra and Kira are like orphans, and like Stryker like tries like runs into them because they run into trouble and they get arrested. And Stryker tries to like veer them away from crime, but they end up with the Black Dragon, and it sucks. But I really like that because it adds dimensions. I even had a short story on idea of basically like this could be completely canon, like you just integrate this. Where Stryker goes on a day off with his son, who he doesn't get to see a lot. I'm not gonna like, I mean, the mother could be like divorced, dead, or just kind of in a bit of a strained relationship, like, it's a bit rough, but he like, I mean, it works in Chicago. That's what the city is in MK3. He and his son go to amusement park. They have a fun time. Then you cut to Revenant Stryker, who's like super sad, and it's his day off, and he's just crying and crying. But Stryker still goes on, and he still tries to somehow not be evil, even though he's a revenant. He tries to do as much good as he can, and maybe tries to escape, and he meets a little hellhound dog. One thing I agree with all these ideas is, like, give him pet attack dog. I agree so much. You'd be saying, well, this is stepping on Nightwolf territory. 1, Nightwolf has a lot of other stuff than dogs. 2, like, no. If we need to add layers to Stryker, but not remove his cop thing, dog attack would be great. Could be his animality. But yeah, like, again, I think this idea of, make Stryker a vigilante really devalues his uniqueness as a normie in Mortal Kombat. So yeah. And yeah, I think his interactions with the cast would be interesting because there's also other layers you can add to it, particularly in Order Realm, because the one thing they had on the 3D era for him was he was training to be a Saido guardsman, which is the realm of order. And you could expand on that, Like, I know in MK1 currently, Saido has become Chaos Realm and is flooded as frick. But, Hotaru is mentioned as a refugee in some intros, so you could have Stryker go with that. I mean, simply saying, like, all you need is a reason for, like, Outworld bad guys to show up in, like, Earthrealm, like, hell, you could just be like Shang Tsung, even though he's Outworld, like, well, let's say you just his Earthrealm, like, knowledge. Shang Tsung joins back up with General Shao. They're like, we need new allies. Reiko's taking too long with his Onaga stuff. So they're like, hey, I know I know a gang in Earthrealm, the Black Dragon. They're willing to do whatever. And it's like, Shao's like, great, let's go hire them. And we're into Kano, Kira, Cobra, Tremor, Cabal, Jarek, the Black Dragon, let's hide. But Stryker, but they're just walking down the street, and Stryker's like, what the frick is this? And there you go. Stryker's introduced, and he's like, I don't know what's happening, but I think you guys are breaking the law. So yeah. Plus that Order Realm stuff is cool, mainly because, like, Law and Order. Additionally, I like how in Mortal Kombat, the forces of chaos are relatively passive. Havoc is, fine with the chaos of life until Naga shows up. You gotta choose the one being, and Order Realm's like, yeah, but Havoc's like, nah. Yeah. But yeah, again, just some ideas for Stryker, and again, I think vigilante Punisher style just devalues him. Just have him be a cop. Again, I think it's fine. Like, you can have good cops in media, like, Jeff Davis, Miles Morales' dad, you know? Dog man. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, cops are shitty. Like, but yeah. Don't make him a vigilante. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just have Stryker. Just do this. Again, I think the main reason, like, again, Stryker is, I think if MK could just be like, okay, Stryker doesn't say police brutality anymore. I know it sucks, but we gotta do this. It'd be fine. I mean, it is Mortal Kombat. Also, at the end of the day, it's not like the most respectful. I'm not sure about respectful. Race is kind of weird in MK, because on one hand, they do have a lot of diverse characters. On the other hand, representation is kind of sucky sometimes. But on the other hand, like, this is the bloody death course series, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a series with the most over-the-top violence ever. So I don't know what you expect. But yeah, my thoughts on Stryker and why he should just stay a cop. Oh, what is this video? Okay, bye-bye.